All right, today we're going to be replacing the back latch on a 2005 Toyota 4Runner. This fix should work for 2003 through 2009 4Runners. Basically, it's this little latch here that's underneath your back door. And what happens is in extreme heat, this Toyota 4Runner was originally from Phoenix. The plastic actually melted in the heat. And it's really hard to basically manipulate that button when you get it back into a place that has cold weather and that plastic rehardens. So it's a fairly easy fix. You just need a couple little tools here. Obviously the replacement latch. A couple of, these are basically to pry open your car panels, as well as a multi-head screwdriver. All these things you can purchase on Amazon. I'll put some of my affiliate links in the description box below. They'll take you right to the parts where you can purchase them. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Still opens up, although that plastic is really, really hard to manipulate. And I'm going to be working on it with it in the up position here. And basically, the first thing we're going to do is just pry open this back panel using one of our orange panel things. What we're also going to need to do here is pull out a screw that's located just underneath this little panel here. So what you do is you take your pry tool, and we're just going to get in along these seams and pop this guy out as well. And you may have to use your little side, but that basically you push it in here and just pry out that little panel. And then I'm going to pull it off here. And as you can see underneath, there is a Phillips head screw that will need to come out. So we're going to pull that out really quickly. Okay, there you go. That came right out. We're just going to lay this in here so we don't forget about it. And basically that's it. So now we have pried open the panel back here, and we've also unscrewed that. And so you can see kind of what it looks like inside here. Now basically what we need to do is we need to pull it up and off of this back window piece here. Okay, with the back panel and the screw removed, basically, after you've popped open these things, you just need to slide it up so it releases out of the back window. Just push it forward like that, and the back panel will release for you. So we're gonna put this over to the side, and we're gonna get to that latch. Okay, so here is the underside of the back panel. And basically you got this cover protectant, this plastic protectant that covers up that main slot. And so you can just kind of remove it. Be careful about how much you remove. You can see it's just this tar stuff. Be careful not to rip that plastic. But what we're gonna need to get into are these screws right here. Okay, so here are the screws you're gonna need to remove. We got 1, 2, 3. This is the actual key that goes to the back little wing there. And you got 4, 5. Okay, in order to get these off, we're going to use a number 10 wrench. And if you need a number 10 wrench, I will put a link to that in the description box below. You can get it on Amazon as well. Okay, our last one, now that we've pulled all these out, is actually right over there. You can see it hanging out right there. And I'm going to have to go ahead and use 2 hands to get all the way in there and grab that one out and loosen it up. And here, let's go ahead and disconnect the light too. Basically, it's just this little guy, gray guy, coming out into here. And you're going to pinch down on this gray and we'll pull it out. I actually need 2 hands to do that, so I'm going to put the camera down and do that really quick. Okay, you can see all of our nuts are pulled off now, and you can see that there was 6 of them total that we had to remove. So now we should be able to just pull that back panel right off. Okay, basically there's just a couple of tabs now that are holding this guy in. And so again, gotta use a little bit of pressure here, and actually I'm gonna make sure the back closes, and you're gonna have to pull out. And you can see that tab right there, this guy right here, that's holding it on that side. Again, be careful, don't just yank this super hard. As you can see, there's a little wire that connects. And then over here, again, you're just gonna need to apply a little bit of pressure. And there's obviously a little guy that's up at the top here. Again, just apply some force, pull this out. Okay, I've removed the emblem, a little fender thing here, you can see. Removed it completely. Again, when you're pulling it off, you're gonna have a little tab there, right here, and right here. And those things are gonna be a little bit difficult. You just have to apply some pressure and pop it off. Be careful with the plastic. Okay, what we're going after now are these 2 Phillips head screws. You can see the old latch. Here's the new guy. You can see the difference. This one is obviously, the bottom one is really, really melted and just really, really hard to get to. So I'm gonna loosen up these 2 Phillips head screws right here, and we'll pull this out. Okay, I've loosened up these screws now. You can see they actually just pop right out, and we're gonna set those over to the side and hold on to them. Pop that guy out, and they're actually held in here by a couple little clips. You can see that guy right there, one mirrored over on the side. So basically, again, this thing is kind of melted, so I'm gonna have to get in underneath here and just kind of pry it up and away from this right here. Okay, so again, what I had to do is take my screwdriver. The rubber was just melted all to the plastic right here. I just had to kind of get in here and wedge up. And then once you're able to do that, you can kind of wedge it up in those clips. So I've got one side out, and now I'm gonna pull and pry and get this other clip to release that's back right in there. Okay, I got that side popped out. The last thing is basically being held in by the clip right here. Also be careful, if your rubber is melted like this one was, you can see it actually gets all over your fingers there. I'm gonna have to use a degreaser for that. But that's up and out, and so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to clean off all this excess melted rubber, and then we're just going to go ahead and release this clip as well right here. Okay, to release this clip, basically just going to pull it out and then pinch down on this little guy right here. I've already done that, needed 2 hands to do it, and it actually comes right out. And as you can see, that frees up your old light. Let me get it out of here. There we go. That frees up your old light, or that frees up your old latch. And we're going to go ahead, throw this away, discard it, and we're going to put in the brand new one. One of the other things you can do to get all this extra gunk off of here, if in fact your latch has melted, is get some Goo Gone. Basically, I'm putting this on a rag and I'm just rubbing it all up on this, and it's actually getting this stuff off pretty well. So I'm going to continue to do that with the Goo Gone, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's cleaned up a little bit more here. Okay, so that's a little bit better. Again, looks not perfect, but good enough for us to install the new latch in there. Okay, now that we have everything cleaned out, we're going to be placing our new handle into the old position. So what I'm going to do is just feed the new clip directly through the hole here, and we're going to let this come and rest right where it should in its slot. It should fit nice and snug, and we can go ahead and put this clip together, kind of back where it was. Pop that in, and then this just lays down basically right in here into the slot, just like that. Okay, so that's where it is, and now basically all we need to do is put in our old screws. This one that I ordered on Amazon, did not come with screws, so make sure you keep your old screws. We're just going to screw those right back in on either side. Let me do that really quick and I'll get right back to you. Okay, once your 2 screws are in, it should be nice and tight. And oh, that is so much better than the melted piece we had. Okay, the last thing to do is obviously pop this back onto your 4Runner and reverse the steps that we just went through. First thing is obviously feed this through, make sure this rubber seal is popped in and that it's sitting nice and flush. And then you pop in your clips, 1, 2, 3. And then from the reverse side, go ahead and put your screws back onto your nuts and tighten those down. All right, I hope that has helped, folks. Again, it was a little bit of a difficult video to film, so hopefully you're able to follow it okay. Send me any questions if you do have them, and stay tuned. We have more 4Runner tips and tricks coming up soon. Thanks for watching.